Here we are with Overwatch This. I'm Jeff from the Overwatch team.
Hello everyone and welcome to episode 44 of Overwatch This. I'm Matt, I'm joined by Ben.
Hi everyone.
And we are talking this week about patch 1.14, which is on the PTR right now.
Yes. It's pretty exciting.
It's very exciting. I think it's one of the... I mean, we've just had Summer Games, right?
Yeah.
Which has been really exciting.
Yeah, literally 3 days, like less than 72 hours, I think, after they put Summer Games up. They were like, oh, here's a PTR patch with, well, we'll get onto this, but a whole new game mode, a kind of second game mode based on that one, new map. And a bunch of new maps kind of based around old maps with slight changes. It's mad. It's fairly mad.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still reeling from Doomfist, so for having this, triple punch of...
Yeah, because Doomfist must have been about 2 weeks before the Summer Games.
Yeah.
It is mad. And, we've got Gamescom coming up, which we did a video about, I must say, about 3 weeks ago or 4 weeks ago. Where we're also expecting to see some more stuff, probably something animated short related. So, yeah, good time to be an Overwatch fan.
So let's talk Deathmatch, the classic arena shooter mode from ye olde days of when first-person shooters were
Quake,
gradually
Half-Life,
going in. Yes,
Unreal.
all of that. It's finally coming to Overwatch, right? And it was something they said they were never going to do.
Yeah, they didn't think it would work. Turns out it works.
Yeah. I mean, you've been playing it. I haven't got around to playing it yet, which is why I want your sort of like knowledge and advice on what it is. I'll be poking you for tips later on.
So my advice for anyone jumping in is play Doomfist or Sombra. I'm fairly sure those two are just way better than everyone else. Unless, it's kind of interesting because I've seen, plays of the game with, Mercy. They didn't actually win the game, but because you heal yourself so fast, you can, hide, and then you'd have to worry about health packs.
Sure.
But Sombra can, just hack all the health packs on the map, and then she's the only person who can heal.
Yeah.
Except for the other Sombras who have hacked them first or something. And, the speed at which, the small health packs respawn, you can literally just kind of dance on top of it, and people can't kill you. So, yeah, I mean, the deathmatch there's 8 players, it's a free-for-all, it's first to 20 kills. It's on a brand new map called the Chateau Gilead, I think, if I've got that right, which is Widowmaker's house, basically. It's nice. It's a pretty cool map. It has one of the reasons that Doomfist is so good is it has a lot of death falls and it has a lot of walls.
Oh, okay.
So the outside of it is all one big death fall, which I mean that's fairly standard. But it also is quite enclosed in the middle, and that means the Doomfist's punch really can one-shot people pretty quickly. So that's the only thing you can play the deathmatch mode on, but then there's the team deathmatch, which works on a 4v4 system,
right?
Which is fairly interesting because that is a whole different kind of meta. We've seen 3v3, we've seen 6v6. It doesn't work on eliminations. It's just based on who kind of dies the most times and who gets the kill limit. That is 30, if I remember rightly. And yeah, that's really interesting as well. Like, for example, Mercy Resurrects take away kills from the enemy because that wouldn't be very useful. And, killing people quickly is important, but if you have a well put together team with a decent healer, that's also important. I expect you could maybe run no support setups if you wanted, but you need to have maybe someone like Sombra or someone like Soldier 76. I found that mode really interesting. That's on a whole bunch of modified maps, which is basically all the 2CP maps and all the... what was the name of it? All the arcade maps.
They brought the ones in for elimination, right, which was kind of the Blackwood Forest and Echo Point Antarctica and stuff like that. All of those are for team deathmatch. Normal deathmatch are modified versions of classics like Hollywood and Eichenwald and
but because it's on the PTR, they're wanting people to test the new map, so you can't play on a normal deathmatch on those maps. But it is super interesting, and what they've done here, and this is a pretty classic Blizzard thing, is they said, we don't think this will work. And then people were like, well, we want it. And so they found out a way for it to work. And actually, it isn't actually that complicated. It is literally, you select a character and you spawn, and then you have to get to a certain number of kills. You can quickly respawn. And I think it'll become more about map design, more about... some characters will just be useless. They'll never design characters for this. They'll never, keep in mind, Mercy is going to be weaker once people work out exactly who's good and who's not. But there's really interesting stuff like, are you the sickest Widowmaker alive? Then Widowmaker's probably pretty good because, you can just one-shot people. Are you really, really good with Tracer? Are you really good at managing her cooldowns? Then you're going to have a lot of HP. Are you just really good at avoiding people with Sombra? And because Sombra can, see people with low HP through the map, that's part of the reason she's so good, because you can kill steal really, really easily. And then, Doomfist just can smack people around. But is he going to be as good if there is a more wide open map? Who knows? Then maybe Soldier 76 or McCree or someone like that will take the slot.
See, I'm just thinking about the characters that I play. So, obviously, top are Mercy and Diva, and I don't think. I mean, Mercy has, I think, from what I can see, has got her niche at the moment.
Yeah.
As things change, maybe not. I get the impression Diva's probably not. Yes, she can stay alive.
You can stay alive, but if you ever drop out your mech, you're in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
And like, you know, Zarya, I play a lot of Zarya. I don't think she's particularly good because one of her abilities literally doesn't do anything without teammates.
Yeah.
In a similar way to, Mercy, you know, might be good, but she has a useless ultimate. What's interesting is maybe if it gets super popular, they might, much like how they did with Lucio Ball, where they changed what Lucio's abilities do there, maybe they'll change some of the abilities for you know, for example, Mercy in those modes and, you know, just give us something that maybe the next time she dies, it doesn't count as a death or something like that. I can imagine that being very overpowered, but you know, something along those lines that fits the theme, but is actually operational in the mode. Yeah. Interesting. I mean, Lucio's another one where I haven't seen anyone do well with him, but with all the death falls, and with the, you know, the really, the tricky stuff that you can do, it's really interesting. And you know, with Deathmatch, half the game, or even more than half the game, has always been in the classic games, you know, like Quake 3 and Unreal Tournament and stuff. It wasn't about, you know, which gun is good. It was about knowing the map. But nobody really knew the map when I was playing. Yeah. I doubt anyone really knows the map now, you know, except for the guys that are, you know, really, really going all in on it. The guys that can, you know, get paid for it and do content and that sort of thing. So it'll be interesting as time develops, as people learn, you know, health pack cooldowns and where they all are and the quickest reach from X to Y. We'll see that sort of thing happen. And also, you know, nobody's played this in 1v1, which is the classic kind of, the really classic competitive mode. Again, I don't expect we'll see this in the Overwatch League. You know, I don't think this will be like the tiebreaker or something silly like that. Whereas, you know, with 3v3 elimination, I do think there's a future for that. Again, maybe not in the Overwatch League, but in some sort of esports scenario. But it's very possible that with Deathmatch, particularly with the 1v1 thing or the team thing, you might see them talk about that as we go forward, and somebody set up a tournament and be like, let's do this and see how it works.
And I think the other final thing that we probably shouldn't mention about Deathmatch is obviously this is a mode that isn't focused on team play for objectives, right? It's all about how many kills you can get. Yeah. And so obviously they have developed there's a scoreboard now, which we've never had. You obviously have your own personal scoreboard for Overwatch, and that's what I've always liked about it, because I'm never going to come in like the top two players, right? So it's never bothered me in Overwatch, but this is going to be the mode where if you are bothered about how many kills you manage to score, you're going to be... Is it on tab, is it?
Yeah, it is, it's just on tab. You just press tab and it ranks you in terms of everybody in the match. And I think in Team Deathmatch it like shows your kills and your team kills and that sort of thing. What is cool about it, and that this is kind of how it all comes together and why I think it's a valuable thing for Overwatch to have, is that it just gives another option, and it's something you can just jump in and play for like 2 minutes, and then...
Yeah, well, it's part of the
You're having a good day, you're having a bad day, you can just do it, and then you're gone. And there isn't any team really relying on you. If you play the team mode, you know, maybe jump in with some friends or something, people are going to be expecting you to play well. But if you just want to, like, get a feel for the game, maybe you're a Widowmaker main and you want to spend half an hour doing this before you jump into competitive matches, or you know, maybe you want to try out Doomfist, for example. I think it's a really good spot to do that, where it isn't just going to be everyone, you know, running around and expecting you to play well. Because even in quick play, you know, you want your team to be trying and know what they're doing and be attempting to win the game. Whereas in Deathmatch, you can go AFK, your baby can be crying, your phone can be ringing, you can actually go and do that. And there isn't a room for that to happen. And as you've noted here in our scripts, this is also an option for more game modes to be created out.
Oh, absolutely,
Everyone plays McCree, and everyone's flashbang has a really long cooldown, but does like a load of damage or stuns for much longer or something.
Yeah, it's a real creative kind of sandbox, right, for creating really mad modes that don't have to rely too much on the
basics of Overwatch. And there's a lot more options there in a similar way to how a lot of stuff came out of the Warcraft 3 engine, and you know, designing custom games for that, because it was so modifiable. People were able to create things like Dota, and this is a much more, it has less constraints on it. You don't have to have two teams. You don't have to be. There's maps that are now based around the idea of people being solo. So there's a lot more cool stuff that people can do with that.
Absolutely. All right, so obviously the patch isn't entirely about this wonderful new game mode and map and stuff like that. There are hero changes. We always love a good sort of hero change, as long as they don't nerf our favourites.
Yes.
I think everybody that has been, you know, tweaked this time round, you know, they deserve the love.
Their game moved up, and everybody's happy about it. Yeah.
So Junkrat first. To concussion mines.
This is good. This is a cool thing. So the thing about this is that, like, no matter how it's balanced, no matter, you know, whether he's good or this has like a significant effect, on the game and that sort of thing. This is just a cool thing that will let you do cool stuff. People are already doing this because you could put one mine down and then wait, and now you can put one mine down and then wait and then do a jump and then do another jump and then do another jump if you want. And this is just gonna be cool stuff. I don't care how balanced this is. I just want to see the gifs and the highlight reels and that sort of thing. And if it is overpowered, just nerf the damage of the mine or change something else. This is something that is super cool and should be in the game. And just makes him a more fun character to play.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, they've increased his Riptire speed.
Nice.
Which I hate Riptire. It makes me very, very angry. But if he needed the buff, and I think his ultimate really did, because you weren't getting a lot of kills with it unless you mine jumped behind people, which you can now do more easily as well. So yeah, I think these changes are cool. And I'm not too worried about them from the balance side of things. I think much like the Lucio changes, like those had a balance effect, but it is just super cool, the mad stuff you can do with Lucio now.
Yeah, and definitely it's kind of like, Junkrat's the jester of the group, right? He needs to be daft and funny, right?
For sure.
I think the one that I'm most excited about is Orisa.
She's the girl. I love Orisa.
I love Orisa. She's one of my favourite tanks. I didn't even realise she needed to have anything done to her. And so the fact they're like, oh, you know what, your projectiles are now going to go 20% faster. And that's just one of they are, I guess, one of the more slower kind of laser weapons.
Yeah, they were super slow, and aiming them was such a pain in the ass. And you now have to get completely used to a whole different system. I think it's a more significant buff than it seems, but it's one I'm just going to have to wait and see how it does. And the other thing is the barrier is bigger. Part of that is because it wasn't covering like the right angles if you were like above the targets or if you were on the payload or whatever. But
so it curves
nicely at the bottom, right? Yeah. And they also just made it way bigger, so it's like a little. It looks bigger than Reinhardt's shield. I don't know if it is.
Yeah,
maybe it's not wider.
It's obviously it's not quite Winston's bubble shield now, but it is a really substantial shield.
It's no longer a bloody hockey goal, which is the old problem. Those are cool changes. Orisa definitely needs some love. The tank class is always going to have a problem because Reinhardt, I just don't think you can balance him.
Yeah, he
versus
is
other stuff.
Yeah.
And then Winston's bubble shield is similarly very, very powerful. So I think they're always going to have problems there. I'd be surprised if you see another tank for quite a while. I think they're going to spend some time trying to work these guys out. I say that. I watched them prove me wrong at Gamescom. But yeah, I think those are cool changes. I think they're good changes.
Roadhog, who is a character I did think needed a little bit of love. I'm struggling with Roadhog at the moment, but he's take a breather health system now. You can move at full speed and 50% damage.
Less
damage when you're using it.
So I played against a few Roadhogs in the team deathmatch. As people were picking him, and I played him a little bit. I think he's just unkillable now. Like you just cannot kill him because he takes you're shooting a Roadhog. He's in a reasonable position. He's not out in the middle of nowhere. He presses take a breather. You have a second to shoot him before he then moves behind, a wall. Yeah. In which he's taking 50% less damage. Either you are the best shot in the whole world, like repeatedly, or your whole team is spamming on him, or he's just not going to die. Now, take a breather has a reasonable cooldown, but if he's also got a healer or whatever, I think what they're trying to set up is like you just don't get to kill Roadhog until you've killed his teammates.
Yeah.
And until then, he's like a super nuisance, which feels like it was maybe sort of Diva's role, although she was more of a flanker, and they kind of had to nerf that down a bit. And as we were saying, it feels like that a lot of the tanks miss their identity, particularly because Roadhogs was one-shotting people, which they want to avoid. Doomfist notwithstanding, that's a whole other issue that I'm sure we'll see some maybe patch changes for in 1.15. What's interesting about this is I think he is now unkillable. I think it's a cool thing. I think it's very, very different from how he used to be, and I think people got used to the idea of Roadhog being like, if you get caught, you're dead.
Yeah.
But it'll be interesting to see how it lands when it comes to competitive play and more serious 6v6 stuff.
Final one then, Widowmaker. Yeah. Finally reduced that bloody cooldown on the grapple. 12 seconds, I've always thought that was very high. But it's now 8 seconds now.
Similar to the Junkrat changes, this is just a thing that is cool.
It's going to make it a lot more fun, right?
It's going to make it more fun to play. Again, I feel like if this turns out to be overpowered, which I really doubt, they should nerf something else rather than bring this back again. It's just people like to move around a map. Having a mobile sniper isn't a problem. Like Farah's in this game. We've already got like a flying rocket launcher. I think we can handle a running around sniper. I think they could even do stuff like maybe change her movement speed if they wanted, or something like that. And then the other change is
the venom mines.
On venom mines. So the thing about venom mines is it was useless. Like it just didn't do anything. It didn't do enough damage to be worth It was just like is there someone coming up behind you tool.
Yeah.
And now, people can play around this quite easily. I don't think this is a huge change. But again, it's just cool. And like, setting her up to have more ways to be able to see through walls, I think, is a good idea, because I think that's a very important part of her identity, being her ultimate.
Yeah, very much so.
So yeah, again, I think these are cool changes. Honestly, these ones I don't think is going to bring Widowmaker into some kind of, super Widowmaker heavy meta. I just think her character design doesn't work within the context of how you're going to play competitive Overwatch.
Yeah.
Again, because of characters like Reinhardt and Winston. But it'll make her a lot more fun to play in casual games. It'll mean a lot more trick shots, which are always super cool to watch. And it should give her more niche applications when it comes to those pro games, when it comes to getting pick-offs at the start of a map and then being able to reset or get a wall hack or whatever.
Right, that's everything for another episode of Overwatch This. We're probably just going to nip back and start playing the PTR, because there's plenty of stuff to be playing there.
Want to play some Deathwatch? Yep.
Yeah, if you're into Overwatch, do remember, if you do have a Twitch Prime account, you can now get an extra 5 loot boxes for free. I've opened mine and I got absolutely nothing of any value in it, but maybe you'll get a legendary. That'd be very cool. But until next time, do check out the site for plenty more Overwatch content. Check out the channel as well, plenty of these videos. We've got 43 of them that you can watch if you've never seen us before.
They're all brilliant.
They're all amazing. But until next time, do have fun.